Soiless software, helping us in fertilization on growing media, developed by Elharrar Gad. The first step is by choosing the crop. For instance, here we have an example of standard solution describing macronutrient and micronutrient in level, in ppm, in milliequivalent, how we want, or millimole. This is an example of reference, so we can do the choice in the standard solution listing or from database or free choice. Example here, for instance, once again, I decide about eggplants and I have here the profile of the feeding solution that I want. Or I enter in database, I have a long list of different examples. I can capture one of them and I can put some change if needed. Or the third simple option, decide about the crop, the units, and what will be the levels of the macro and the micronutrient in the feeding solution, and to capture it. So let us start with the example of cucumber. We enter in the reference listing, cucumber. Now we have the feeding solution and we capture it. Next step will be to know what is the water analysis that we are using. So we can enter and describe the water analysis that we have. Or we can enter in the database from previous analysis if we have it, and we can capture an example, previous example. We can do a change if the water changed from the previous time that we did analysis, and we shall capture it as water. We have three systems. One, open system, or the system with the recycling, or using ready NPK formula. Let us start with the open system, with the drainage. We start with the solution required, minus what we have in the water analysis. So we have a gap that we have to feed with fertilizer, so we have a suggestion. For example, here we have the feeding solution and the water. I click what is the gap, what is my suggestion, and what is the deviation between what I was expecting and what in fact I received in tank A, B, and C for the acids, including EC before and after. I can change the number, by the way. I have the possibility to see what will be the cost of the fertilization. Or I can, for instance, also have a look on the acids and also on the micronutrient that I'm using. I shall have a suggestion, or I can decide which micronutrient I want to use in my program. Second system is by recycling. In this case, we shall enter in the screen of the recycling, but I have to decide what is the analysis of the recycling water that I have. I can capture a previous example, change it, and now I shall enter the screen of the recycling. Water, 20% recycling the water. What will be the gap now that I have to cover with fertilizers? My suggestion, and the deviation between what I want to what I achieve. In tank A, B, C, I can change number if I want, and I shall have the feeding solution. I can save it. Or using ready NPK. It can be liquid or powder NPK soluble fertilizer with micronutrient. For instance, here, I shall decide about the formula 9-10-40 plus 2 magnesium plus micro. So in this case, I shall have a suggestion how much of the formula I have to put in the tank A, and if needed, how much I have to add to feed exactly what I want. I have other things in software: fertilizer prices, acid conversion, deficiency symptom, crop database, substrate data, and conversion of units. Here, for instance, I'm storing prices of fertilizers. Also for micronutrient, I can change the currency, the prices. Also for the NPK, I can change the formula and the prices and currency. Here I am calculating conversion between units, milliequivalent to ppm, for instance. So if I want to see how much it will be 2 milliequivalent in ppm, I shall have a tool to do for me the calculation. Acid conversion from the nitric acid, phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid, how much I need to eliminate the bicarbonate. Different substrate media and the technical data of turf, peat, rock wool, and so on. Leaf analysis and deficiency symptom, for instance here, nitrogen, phosphorus, how is looking deficiency of calcium, of magnesium, and micronutrient also, iron, zinc. In this case we haven't it. Or another crop, cucumber for instance, how is looking nitrogen deficiency and iron deficiency. Okay. Now, the database, I can also capture an example from the database. Or flowers and pot plants, level of nutrient that I need at different phase of the flower growth. I have also possibility to store all the previous examples that I calculate. Software has been translated to English, French, Spanish, Italiano. Let us see an example in French, for instance. All the menu, all the data is changing, and the crop name also is changing, for instance, poivron, fraise, tomate, and so on. Or an example, for instance, in Spanish. Also, the oil is changing. Pimiento, fresa, tomato, rosa, and so on. For more details, please contact Elharrar Gad, Elgad Agro, gmail.com.